G'day, Al here, the owner of Real Dad Movement and our elite coaching program, High Performance Father. I've got a very special session that I want to share exclusively with you. It's all about facts first, feelings second. Too often in life we focus on the feelings which we can't leverage to find better facts in our life because they're ruling the day, creating chaos and havoc inside of us on what we create as an alternate reality or a fantasy that isn't actually true or happening. This is where most men, just like you and I, can get stuck in the pit. In this exclusive coaching session that I did for our high performance fathers on the inside, I want to give it to you because in this session, we're actually going to show you how to focus on the facts, creating the right facts in your life from which the better feelings will come, from which you can then reinforce the right facts and continue this cycle, not a vicious one of greatness and one of legacy, in the right direction. So dive on in, mate, take some time out, no distractions, pen and paper if you want to make some notes. Hook into this session, and I hope you enjoy and it serves you well moving forward. So let's hook on into it, boys. Monthly tab, and then we're going to finish up with our mindset piece for the week ahead. TAB stands for targets, action, and version. What are your targets? What are your actions? And who must you become, or who will you become in order to achieve this? So when we're first looking at targets, family, self, and service, there are only three areas that make the man's life. You can stay in this zone here. It is possible to spend a large period of time in that sweet spot and win in all three. It's not easy. This is a path least traveled by, but you can win in all three areas, fellas. But it's critical that you understand what your number one things are so that when everything turns to shit, you can still hone in and focus and dominate the area that you needed to. Which is why I want you to ask this question when we're looking at your monthly tabs. What would need to be true for you to look back on October 1st and go, I'm the man, I won, I was successful, and this is why. These are the facts. This is how I feel about it, but these are the facts that show that I won in September. September, victory. What does that look like for you? Does it include having, could even be 6 honey and handsome times? That's what we coin date night. Honey and handsome time. You're handsome, she's your honey. Okay, cool. You're going to do that. And even if it's not that, are you doing time out with your children? Like I've got 3 young kids. I'm like, man, am I actually spending one-to-one time with them? Yeah, I've got Stella and Lillian, Roman. Like, am I actually doing one-to-one time with them? Are they getting some time with Dad? Yeah, what does that look like for you? What would need to be true in family and then in self and then in service, the value add to the world? Service is your career, your business, your work, how you add value to society. Paid or not, this could be something that includes volunteer work and charities, of course, but generally service is more than just that as well, to be fair. It's just the value in which you invest a lot of your time. Targets. What are your targets, boys? Start posting in the comment section now and start to list the actions that you need to take this week. What are your targets? So if my targets are stability for my wife, because she's in a bit of a tough situation at the moment, being a teacher, looking to return back to work, but still having commitments with Roman and some of the, I guess, uncomfortable pressures that are being put on teachers to return back to work with specific requirements, I need to create stability for Corinne. How do I create stability for Corinne? What are my actions here that are going to help create that in the household, around her, children, her area of service? She's only going to go back a couple of days a week, but so it's not about the money per se with her. It's about, okay, well, how do I get fulfillment and significance? That's what this is. Remember, family, self, and service. They are different levels with different layers of significance. So when you're looking at your targets, boys, start posting in there. What are your targets, family, self, and service? Okay, what are the actions that you need to take? So the actions could be simple. Could be train times 3. Could be use the HPF app 3 times. That's got breathing exercises, stretching, mobility. Could be anything. Could be walk times 4. Could be creating space times 3, which could be music, podcasts, audio books, which we have, reading. What are you doing just to take time solely out for yourself? What are the actions? What do they look like? Service. If you're running a business, what am I doing for my team? How am I serving them? How am I turning up as a leader? What does that look like in setting the day? What about service? So literally, when we're looking at customer service inside of this, how well am I nurturing people inside of my zone of service to have more significance and impact? What are the targets? What are the actions? Post in the comment section, lads. Make sure you can complete these, pop them in there. They'll start populating in a second. What are your targets? What are your actions? And then version. Well, who is this man? Okay, so I achieved this through those actions. Who do I become? And why can't I start being like him now, right now? Well, you can. You absolutely can. So who is this man when we're looking at this? Who is this man in family who executes on these actions to achieve this target? Who is this man in self? Who are you? So for me, in terms of targets, actions, and then version. My version for family is the man who leads from the front and provides for his family, the king of the castle. For self, more aware, a spirit warrior. I took less time out for myself this week and it showed. Apart from getting a couple of stomach bugs, vomiting, diarrhea coming out both ends, and being incredibly unwell a couple of periods of time, I didn't create space. So I was emotionally more challenged. And then for service, I need to focus on my mitts for building results for our customers, clients, members. I put tribe, but for you men as individuals and as a team. How do I focus on my mitts and my team so we can continually develop and build you as an individual? Why can't I start being like him now? Well, you can, boys. What are some key takeaways, especially some of you newer fathers who are coming into this, even if this is your first Sunday charge up? What are some key takeaways, key focal points? We're bringing your attention to zone in on a few key areas. I know we move at a reasonable speed here, but I'm all about taking some time back, just slowing down, taking some time back and helping you get present with what it is that you need to focus on so that you can get value out of this session and move it forward into your actions. Jace Pell, target drop 2K, monitor anxiety, my response to it. Awesome. Corinne has anxiety. So I'm not here saying I've got a quick fix for you, but anxiety ultimately is a patterning that comes from not being in the present and a fear or a interpretation of what's to come and using what has come. So anxiety and anticipation go hand in hand, Jason. Just remember that, mate, and use that in your favor to go, you know what, I don't need to anticipate anything because I'm Jason Pell, an absolute champion of a man right here and now who provides for his family, does very well in his career with his work, and he's very proud of the decision he's made to invest in himself and be with RDM for, over 12 months now, mate, coming up to 2 years. That's incredible.